from the 1910 to the 1930s, before sound became the important factor of filmmaking. Swedish film actually competed on a European or slash global level, making high quality films. So a number of pioneers were actually trying to compete with the other big European countries like France, Germany, or United States to a high degree, of course, and also Great Britain. At that time, this idea of Swedish culture as close to nature or magical in a sense, mixing rationality with nature, lyricism, was the winning recipe.
I would say it has more to do with the nature and the landscape here. There is something about that occurs in many of our films. I would think that if a person saw my films without dialogue, I think they would be able to guess that this is a Swedish film somehow.
You have a lineage there, from Sjöström to Bergman to the contemporary filmmakers.
Devotees still leave a drink on the grave of Yasuhiro Ozu, perhaps one of the greatest filmmakers who ever lived. Kieślowski's film, a short film about killing, is credited by some as being an instrument which brought an end to the death penalty in Poland. Maybe without D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation, the KKK would have disappeared. Žiga Vertov died uncelebrated in 1954 because the political tides had turned against a revolutionary. Sweden's most celebrated son, director Ingmar Bergman, spent his life making films which reflected his relationship with his father and with God. Bergman was expecting the insect world to devour us as we follow our path to destruction. His only thoughts were of something beyond, something higher.
I would say that The Phantom Chariot, the silent film by Victor Sjöström, I think that one is quite exceptional. Both when it comes to the technical part of filmmaking and also because it's a great story. Otherwise, I do love a number of Ingmar Bergman's films. The Seventh Seal, for example, I think that is both, fun and great. And his chamber dramas are also, with the tension of emotions. I think they're also very good, like the Wild Strawberries, for example. The more contemporary films, I would say that Lukas Moodysson is probably my favorite. I think both Fucking Åmål and Tillsammans is, I think they are great films. The film festival in Gothenburg, I think that was an important inspiration for me to become interested in world cinema, actually.
I think it's a great festival, and they have so many different films from all over the world.
There are very narrow films, broader films, documentaries. You feel that you travel in time during the festival. So it's very giving for your heart and soul, and you meet people from all over the globe. Favorite moments for me, Liv Ullmann and Alexander Payne.
And I really miss that, to be able to be there for a week and just see like 3, 4, 5 films a day. That was beautiful.
It's obvious that the film festival means a lot to many people. I think Sweden is an interesting place for filmmakers to work. Although we have a lot of problems, we still have quite a strong soft money financing. We have the Film Institute and also many regional funds who goes in quite large into film production. We maybe don't have the strongest investments from the private sector, but there is of course some of that as well. What is the problem is that it's very hard to make money from films in Sweden. You will not get rich from films unless you own a cinema chain. But if you're a filmmaker or a distributor, it's very much hard work and not very much money. But I still think it's possible in Sweden to make interesting artistic films, and we have a climate for that, I think. Then of course it's the problem with distribution and finding an audience, and there I think also film festivals has a very important role to play.
Hey, and I'm Anna Sörner. I'm the head of the Swedish Film Institute, and we are the big funder of Swedish film. We have a fantastic variety of titles and content, but we lack the ambitious film projects that want great audience. There are too few of them, and that reflects that Swedes don't go and see enough Swedish film.
Hi, it's Stuart Johansson, president of booking on the biggest cinema circus in Sweden, SF Bio. The discussion, as Anna said, is we were talking about maybe how we could work better together in this community, and discussing that instead of we are happy on the level we are today, that how we can lift the market and how we can work together with the audience and give them what they're asking for together with different kind of movies.
Stay true to what you want to do and try to adjust your life to being a filmmaker rather than giving up your life to be a filmmaker within the industry. Because I think so many good stories are lost on the way trying to be a part of the industry.
I think my advice to aspiring filmmakers is to try to find a unique vision, to find your own aesthetics and your own voice.
My favorite film is Amélie.
Rocky is probably one of the best movies I've ever seen.
One of my favorite films is Apocalypto by Mel Gibson.
I don't think I have one, but my usual answer is The Lion King.
My favorite movie is The Good, the Bad and the Ugly.
My favorite film is probably Birdman, I think.
My favorite film is Grave of the Fireflies.